Today, I'm gonna be letting you know the truth about Winter Wild Xavi. Is he wondrous, mid, or doo-doo? Because this card looks like it could be amazing for you, but is it actually? Well, I'm gonna be using my experience in this game. Since I consistently get rank 2 to rank 3 and I'm also an elite division player, I'm gonna use that to figure out if this card is a waste of coins and can ruin your chances of getting more wins. Because I found it's very difficult to get the right card for you to get high ranks in FUT Champions and get into the elite division. But it's also one of the most important things to figure out if you want to get the higher rank. So first, we're gonna talk about a very important thing about a card and in football in general, and that's movement. And there's a whole bunch of things that play into that can either make this card absolutely horrendous or absolutely heavenly. So let's get into it. So with the way Xavi feels on the ball, wanting to be able to do a little bit of that twist and turn, dribbling wise, twisting and turning, I found for his height, it is not as amazing as I would expect it. I thought he'd be turning swiftly, being able to get past the defense and turn around quickly. But for Xavi, it wasn't really moving like that, and I was kind of surprised, especially for that height. But just because he can't twist and turn as some of the other cards doesn't mean he's not great at other things. Like his off-ball movement, I found that defensively, he did find himself in some good position to win the ball, even though he doesn't have the highest defensive stat. He also puts himself in a great position to get a pass off because he kind of stays away from the defense, meaning he has pretty good midfielder positioning. And that's a very important thing about a card. But something that's even more important that can make or break the card for you is the chance creation ability. And that can mean a multitude of things that you don't want to miss out on. Because if you don't realize if he's good at this or not, it can absolutely waste your coins. But before I tell you about his abilities here, if you need 4 coins to afford more expensive type of card, be sure to use code TV3 on U7Buy for 6% off. Link in the description or link in comments to get cheap and save coins. So with the chance creation abilities, let me just say this. Yes! In certain aspects. Because when it comes to shooting and clinicality ability, putting that ball on the back of the net, it's a little bit shaky, like Parkinson's. Because his shooting isn't that crazy. I found when I use other cards, hitting the trivela like I'm watching a telenovela, fly into the back of the net, it wasn't as automatic even when you green time it. There's still a chance that the keeper can save that. But looky here, I have one word, or it's 3. Pretty sure tiki-taka has the same word. Tiki-taka Barcelona, tiki-taka Barcelona. He is a Barca man, and that's exactly what he has, tiki-taka plus. Anytime you pass the ball to this guy, you can pass it any direction you want without him having to take a touch, and it will be accurate zinger like money. Goodness gracious. Give me some of that goodness gracious. It's beautiful. He allows you to pace so fast in the midfield. If you have a super pacey biggity striker that can get in behind, you can set him on the run, blast it into Xavi, and then send a through ball instantly. He will time it perfectly to get in behind for that strike. Lovely. And that can be very dangerous for you on the attack. Another part of chance creation that's very important as well is being able to win the ball in situations to give you the passes or the goal scoring opportunities. And I found that this game is very broken with defense. So Xavi's defense wasn't that bad, but he didn't really have that aura. When he got next to some of the bigger players that were stronger, you could feel that he could probably get beat. That's why I would recommend when a player is pressing towards him, you back up a little bit. Don't be too aggressive with Xavi because you could probably get bodied and get beat on the ball. But even though he's very broken with the passing ability, all that won't matter if he only works well in one area and he can't do multiple other things. And that's where the versatility comes into play. Can he play in different positions on the pitch, or can he only be stuck to one position to help you play? Now for me, using this card, I ain't gonna lie, I found Xavi, you gotta use him basically in the playmaker position in the midfield. Definitely he can't play a CDM anyways, and he would get absolutely whooped like what Van Dijk did to Mbappe with Liverpool versus Real Madrid. He would get thrown to the ground and left there. But just because he can't use his strength doesn't mean that that other position that he's best suited for won't be overpowered. But I do believe that Xavi versatility is not that high, so I do suggest you play him alongside other stronger midfielders that can help back him up in situations, for sure, which is a good thing to have. And versatility is so important. But one thing that I believe is probably better than versatility is just having the aura in the gameplay. Do you feel his presence on the pitch at all times? Does he do stuff that are just otherworldly? You get me? And I'm gonna say this, Xavi's got that aura because of that passing. It's really something special. Looky here. When I was talking about them first time passes, it's unbelievable. It's accurate like a mofo, you get me? That ball will fly like an eagle over the top into any player you want. Driven passes, accurate, crosses, everything is really ridiculous. That puts your opponent in serious danger. But at the same time, the aura can mean a lot, but it has to be linked with that price tag. And I go lie to you, Xavi currently is coming in at a whopping 350,000 currently as we speak. It most likely will dip. And what he brings to the table on the pitch, do I think he's worth that price? Should you spend that amount of coin to help get you more wins? Would I put Xavi in my starting 11? Now for my playstyle, I play 2 midfielders. So I need my midfielders to not only have aura, but also play all around and be able to do everything. And I found Xavi's defensive capabilities was a little bit lackluster. So if you play with 3 midfielders, I do believe Xavi is worth the price. But if you play with 2 midfielders and you need them to be box-to-box beasts like madman, then I don't think Xavi's worth that price. Which leads me to the main answer, if he's wondrous, mid, or doo-doo. And I do believe Xavi is wondrous when he's played in his exact position that works for him. But any other position that he plays out of, he becomes mid to midget. But there's one crucial thing that you have to know, that you could possibly find a card that could be better than Xavi right here. Find out if this card is wondrous, mid, or doo-doo. Adios.